58. Joined by Pioneer coach Roger Hodge. And, Coach, we talked, I think, at the end of the Wingate game of getting back. We got to get after the glass. We got to make sure we stop that. We got to make sure that we crowd the paint. We do some of those types of things. And I think at times we had that. What I liked, I think, initially at the beginning was the energy of this basketball game that we brought. We're not able to sustain a lot of that effort, I think, through the 40 minutes.
Well, consistency of effort is an issue too. We have way too many gaps where we'll play well for a period of time and get back in games, or and then they have these massive runs where we just kind of fall apart. And what's disappointing is we had a good week of practice, thought we cleaned some things up, but it just is not translating onto the court when we play.
Oh, not yet. You can see some of that. What's going on? The frustration factor may be there at times, but I think that's another thing with this team, that they're just battling through some of the things and they're dealing with it. We got to make shots. That's just a funny thing. When a team goes on a run, you got to be able to get that shot. Sometimes you can get that play, but we're not getting that ball to go in the hoop yet.
And that part we talked about at halftime. I mean, you can control those things in terms of, I should say, we can't control good shooting nights, bad shooting nights, but our execution on both ends of the floor, that should be something we control. So when the shots aren't falling, that we're just, we're getting decimated. But right now, when the shots aren't falling, we hang our heads and the execution goes out the window, and that's a huge issue.
And that is the frustration factor, because they're like, well, we know we can make these shots, and you're probably doing that in practice, and it's not happening. And then you've valued possessions. That's the thing that you wanted to do, and you did that against Wingate. You just didn't get shots to fall, and you were doing that a little bit tonight or this afternoon. But there were times that we just come down and we don't execute in the half court. We give the ball away and create a transition break.
We've talked, the last couple games about our offense being good enough, but tonight it wasn't.
Right.
And on top of that, our defense wasn't either. So that's the formula for a loss like this.
A rebounding game, what you want to do. They came out really in the first half, and that's kind of what they did. Took advantage of our missed shots. They didn't allow us those second chance opportunities. And I know that coming in, taking with Taya a bit, we had to crash the glass. We had to get after the glass and get there. I felt they did a decent job. And Kalisha Hill, to me, last season, she wasn't that standout person. They had some players. McCray and Bird were great players last year, and Kalisha wasn't that. But I think what she did the best today was keep you off that offensive glass today.
Well, yes, and while getting there themselves. And, one of our statistical goals is offensive rebounding percentage, and they were near 50 at the half, and our goal for them is 30, so that was obviously something we were failing at. And for us, we want to be around 40, and we were at about 30. So, again, on both sides of that coin, we just didn't do a very good job all night in the rebounding game.
A Pioneer team that will take on Emory and Henry on Wednesday. So, it's kind of a quick scout, just 2 weeks ago from seeing them know that Yarber is a good player, can finish. And, again, a lot of the things that you wanted to do tonight, you're going to have to do again on Wednesday as well. Rebound the basketball and execute in the half court.
Well, and if we can do those things, we'll have a chance. Yeah. But, again, if it's an execution situation like it was tonight, it'll be a tough one.
No question. Coach, I'm fortunate today. Thank you so much for your time. As Pioneer coach Roger Hodge, as the Pioneers fall here today to the Limestone Saints. Back with our wrap right after this. This is Pioneer Basketball, driven by Gateway Ford Nissan here on the Pioneer Sports Network.